This is every AI agent in the world. 10 lines of Python, a while loop that thinks, acts, observes, and repeats. So why is LangGraph 50,000 lines? And CrewAI? And AutoGen? I read 6 agent frameworks this week. They are all the same 6 ideas, wrapped in 49,990 lines of infrastructure. Here is the loop. Build the context. Call the model. If it picks a tool, run it. Append the result. Repeat until done. Every framework you have ever used compiles down to this. The React paper formalized this pattern in October 2022. AutoGPT made it famous in March 2023. Everything since is variations on the same theme. So where do the other 49,990 lines go? They solve 6 very real problems. Like, what if the agent tries to delete your files? What if it crashes in the middle of a 2-hour task? What if it is about to spend $5,000 of your money? What if the conversation gets so long it forgets the beginning? What if 2 agents need to coordinate? What if a tool's format suddenly changes? Every framework wraps the 10-line core with code that answers these 6 questions. Primitive 1. Context assembly. What goes into the prompt on this turn? LangGraph calls it state. CrewAI calls it task output. Mastra calls it message history. Same thing. 3 different names. Primitive 2. The tool dispatch loop. Schema. Call. Observe. Decide. This is React. The paper by Shunyu Yao and his colleagues at Princeton, published October 6, 2022. Every framework you can name re-implements it. They just wrap it in different decorators. Primitive 3. Memory tiers. Ephemeral lasts 1 run. Persistent survives crashes. Shared crosses agents. Same 3 buckets in every framework, just different storage backends underneath. Vector database, graph database, key value store, or sometimes just a JSON file. Primitive 4. Agent as tool. When one agent calls another, LangGraph compiles a subgraph and adds it as a node. CrewAI lets agents delegate to peers. The Claude Agent SDK spawns a sub-agent through the agent tool. Same pattern, different syntax. Now the physical primitives. Number 5. The Sandbox. Tools do not run in a vacuum. If your agent writes code or executes bash, it has to run somewhere isolated. Or, one prompt injection ends your weekend. E2B, Daytona, Docker, or just a subprocess. Pick one. You cannot skip this. Primitive 6. Durable state gating. Before an agent spends $1,000 or deletes a database, it has to stop. Serialize itself. Wait for a human to approve. And resume from exactly where it paused, even if the server restarted in between. This is the difference between a demo and a production system. Here is the whole map. Context. Tools. Memory. Agents. Sandbox. State. 4 frameworks. 24 cells. Every cell a different name for the same idea. Once you can read this table, framework documentation takes 5 minutes instead of 5 hours. Which is why 99% of agent framework code is systems engineering, not cognition. You are not paying for a smarter loop. You are paying for crash recovery, sandboxes, schema validation, and pause and resume. The model is 10 lines. The framework is everything else. So when you pick a framework, do not ask which one is smartest. Ask which of the 6 primitives matters most for your problem. There are about 5,000 agent repositories on GitHub today. Most of them are reinventing one of these 6 wheels. Subscribe if you want the next breakdown.